All right, we are going to talk about Jack's evaluation, Captain Jack Sparrow. Um, he's such a curly, cute little guy. So he is the smallest of the litter. I'm anticipating he'll still probably be around 18, 20 pounds. He might be a little bit of a little gaffer. Anyways, so the first thing to understand is that the low, medium, and high is not a score of good or bad. It is a spectrum. So you'll get an idea as we go along. The first thing you notice is I put the puppy into the testing area, and what I'm noticing is I'm watching for confidence level. I'm watching how he reacts to a new surrounding, new obstacles. Is his tail high? Is his tail low? Is he checking things out, or is he just completely shutting down? Excuse me. And he was very happy to be there. He was checking out all the new things. He was exploring. So I scored him a high for confidence, and you see that throughout his evaluation as well. Nothing really phases him. He's very easygoing about the whole process, and yeah, I think he's going to tackle new surroundings and new situations like a champ, which is really, it translates into a dog that you can take anywhere, which is a joy to have. Assertiveness. So the next thing that happens is I get into the testing area, and what I'm watching for is, does he approach me? And once he does he kind of army crawl his way over? Does he dive into my lap? And what you'll notice is he politely crawls into my lap. He's happy to see me, but he's kind of respectful of my face. He's not like, or my space. He's not jumping on my face. He's not covering me in kisses, but he's very happy. So he jumps in my lap, and he's kind of like, all right, what's next? Motivation level. So this is also known as a dog's workability, or their it also kind of translates into how easy to train or how badly they're going to want to please their people. And he scored a medium. So I think training is going to be a lot of fun with him. He's going to enjoy taking part. What you notice is he tries everything that I ask him. He tries the new obstacles, but then he's also kind of happy to play on his own and gets distracted. So right in the middle. So I think training is probably going to be a snap with him. He's going to be a smart little cookie. Nerve strength and resiliency. So for a dog, this is their ability to handle stress. Signs of stress in a dog are yawning, scratching, shaking. I didn't notice any of that with him. He was super confident to be there. Nothing really shook him. It didn't kind of take him off course. He was resilient to everything we tried, even like the sight and sound sensitivity tests, nothing shook him. So yeah, he's a super resilient little guy as well. Touch tolerance. We are not looking for how much they enjoy it. We are looking for how tolerant they are. And this is absolutely something you can build into your dog, and should. You should continue to do full body massages for your dogs their entire life. He scored a high anyways. He really enjoys his touch. He enjoys being close to your face. He enjoys deep ear massages. He's really affectionate. Yeah, he's such a sweet little guy. Energy level, he scored a medium. So what we notice with low energy dogs is they take a lot of sit breaks, and they kind of sit around and they walk. And high energy dogs don't stop running. So he was kind of in the middle. He was happy to trot along, and then he had bursts of energy, and then he kind of slowed back. And then anytime he sought me out, he was very happy for a little cuddle, and then he would go off and play again. Sound and sight sensitivity. So what you notice is I have the shaker, and I kind of give it that popper of shake and see if he notices. And I don't care if he notices. What I'm looking for is, does he recover afterwards? And he didn't even notice. So he scored a low for that, meaning that he was not bothered whatsoever. He was not sensitive to the sound. As well as the umbrella popping, he did not even notice. So again, low. These are the puppies that do really well in noisy areas, or homes with loud kids, or kids that running through the house, or action-packed areas. They just don't, we know them as bomb-proof. They just tend not to notice as much. Which is a great trait in a dog. The highly sensitive dogs are the ones that often can become the barkers, because they notice every sound, they notice every sight, every leaf that blows by them. Those are the ones that are on alert all the time. So a dog with lower sensitivity is nice. It is an adjustable trait that we can build into any dog, but if we're starting on the lower or medium side, that's a benefit for sure. Prey drive. So ultimately I scored him a medium. it took him a little while, but he did eventually get interested in toys, but he wasn't super intense about it. So I think he's still going to enjoy being playful with toys, but I don't think it's going to be super intense. So this can be a struggle if for a high prey drive dog with young kids in the home, for example, or maybe you have other pets like a hamster. Somebody on the list has a hamster, so I know that's an area of concern. A hamster or cats in the home, a high prey drive dog is gonna have to work harder for that, or they're gonna have to work harder to on impulse control. Whereas he was medium, right in the middle. He kind of played. I was almost tempted to score him low, but then eventually he did like the toys. So I think his prey drive is gonna be fun enough, but totally manageable. Human focused. I gave him a medium. He was happy to kind of be independent, but then he loved checking back in with me, and he liked playing with me, and then he liked going to do his own thing, which is super nice. The human focused dog is the one that wants to be with you. On the extreme side, if we have a very highly focused human, high human focus, I mean, high is nice, but these are also the dogs that have a harder time when their humans go to work or when everybody's gone all day long, and then coming home for the evening, they're really going to want your attention. Whereas a dog that's kind of middle of the road, they can already handle a little bit of alone time, just naturally a little bit better than others because they're okay to be a little bit more independent on their own. So that's kind of what that looks like in real life. And excuse me. Ultimately, I think he's going to be a really well-rounded little guy. He was happy to be with me. He was happy to play on his own, and he really was fazed by nothing. I couldn't believe it. So he's going to be a lot of fun in just like a little tiny package. But yeah, if you have any questions on Captain Jack Sparrow, you let me know. I forgot to mention his tenderheartedness. So what you notice is I kind of roll on the ground and I pretend to start crying, and you notice that he was very worried about me. He came rushing over and he was right in my face and he didn't leave my side. He was so concerned. These are the dogs that you hear about that their owner spent a week on the couch and their dog never left their side. It is a highly tender-hearted dog that fills that role. Yeah. And dog friendliness, he scored a neutral. He just kind of didn't really notice that the other dog was there and was really easygoing. So what that looks like in translation is if somebody is looking for a playmate for their dog and they already have a highly assertive dog, a neutral one is kind of nice because he's kind of bring the play out of them and they would be buddies, but he's also going to do fine if there's no dogs in the house. He's really not going to care. So that's what a neutral dog friendliness looks like. He could go either way.